Yeah.
Please relieve me from my woes. Oh, please help me, you're my only way.
Let's go.
Have mercy on my soul. Oh, Father, I just pray, cause I can't bear. Please relieve me from my woes.
Yeah. Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that's serious that is happening in Morocco. Many of you must know that I absolutely love Morocco. I have such a love for Morocco, and to see what's happening at the moment has saddened me to the core. It's saddened me so much that I felt it's necessary for me to use my platform to ensure that others actually understand around the world exactly what's happening in Morocco. Because sometimes, I mean, where I've seen all of the protesting and things has been, well, actually the protesting has turned quite messy. That's why I need to speak on this subject. And if you see your timeline, you may not understand exactly what is happening in Morocco. So I first started to see posts saying freekoulchi, which I believe means to like free us, free everything. It means to like liberate. It's like a liberation kind of saying. The protests are around medical care and education. Morocco is crying out for better healthcare and better education, you know. And so they've taken to the streets to protest, and just protest in any way that they can, vocalizing the impact that it is having on them, then their family, and just Morocco in general. Now, I've seen some terrible things on my timeline with the protests. When I say escalating, I've seen visuals of police vans and cars running into protesters. I've seen a man injured on the street. I've seen so much disgusting things when
طالب حقك تعاونوا بشنو؟ فيما الوزاره باش هذه اللي قلنا فيما الصحه فيما
people are actually protesting for their human rights and for like some stuff that is necessary. I do know that there's also, I've seen things again, you know, Instagram is a good platform if you use it correctly. I've seen that there's some areas in Morocco that has no water and no electricity. So like, yeah, I think with the football coming to Morocco, this has really raised tensions. So I've seen elderly being arrested. I've seen young people being arrested. I've seen all different types of people being arrested, men, women. I saw a man with a baby. I saw a man, no lie, he had the baby on his front and he was arrested. كل صباح مسكين جالس في الدرس رجوعه حابس يشمس مون باله مهموم نهار عامل نجوم بلا لوم مكانه معفون شكون يفسر شكون الدنيا تبلو بلا لوم كيما اوزون كيما لورلو دارو كرتون عاشر جنون حاسو براسو شيفون كيف كاين كيما كاين هون اصلو كيف ما حصل فهاد الحل جدودو حاصلو وشي عنده كيف البراكب في السير كيف الفيتامين كيف سيلي سن فوق النبي يا لطيف ود الحي كيشوف من فوق يا لطيف حاسو براسو دارو. I've seen a lot of young people showing up, and I feel like This is actually a collective thing throughout every country that I'm noticing. Is like the younger generation are really, really fed up and trying to pave a better future for themselves. So therefore, they're standing up and speaking up a lot more. The protest started towards the end of September, maybe the 27th, 28th. So I'm sorry if any of my information is incorrect, but I'm merely trying to use my platform to speak up on what's happening. And I believe that it is like an anonymous collective of people that is, going out to protest, organized via social media. I've heard Gen Z, 212, and Morocco Youth Voice. Now, the key demands is for healthcare, education, and accountability from the government, the Moroccan government, especially on how money is being spent. Morocco has spent a lot of money on many protesters are criticizing how money is spent, for example, on large sporting infrastructures. So, like on large infrastructures, like they've recently built one of the most amazing, beautiful football stadiums or stadiums that I have ever seen. It is so beautiful. But I suppose when your healthcare and your education or your country is lacking and missing certain things, that's going to trigger certain people to speak up. I know a lot of people do say that this is obviously going to bring a lot more into the economy. It's going to bring a lot more to Morocco, but at what cost? When people are suffering and hospitals and schools remain poorly underfunded. So I've also heard, again, I've looked at all the sources, that something that may have triggered, as I say, allegedly may have triggered this uprising, the protesting and everything, is that 8 pregnant women lost their lives in hospital. 8 pregnant women lost their lives in hospital. Like I say, I've just been reading a lot of feeds and I have gone to the news sites and things before coming to make this video. So feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but either way, this is definitely a reality that people in Morocco face. Healthcare is so bad. And even when I've traveled out to Morocco, I always have a travel insurance and things that people are just like, you need to be very careful because if anything happens to you, you've literally got to go home to get a good level of care. So for someone like me living in the UK, where we have free NHS healthcare, we have education, free education, and the education is of a good quality. This is things that I guess we take for granted. It's really humbled me to see what's going on, um, and the suffering in Morocco. Some of the stuff, I mean, as an avid follower of Morocco and someone that goes there a lot, I didn't realize that the education system and the hospitals were this bad. And we're putting money into so much other things for tourism, but yet you're bringing people to a country where your people are suffering. Even making this video, I'm very weary that so yeah, that's what I was seeing reported from Agadir, is that a lady, around 8 people, 8 pregnant women, has lost their lives. So the protests are nationwide throughout Morocco. It's covering Casablanca, Agadir, Oujda, Tangier, and Rabat. So I want to be sure, before I round off this video, of just letting you know some of the things that are actually being asked for. I just looked it up. So better quality of healthcare, better staffed hospitals, functioning equipment, accountability for incidents like those in Agadir, better education, less overcrowding, more qualified teachers, better infrastructure, fairer treatment of teachers with more resources, transparency and an end to corruption, or at least a perception that the government is wasting money or prioritizing prestigious projects, for example, stadiums and big events, over basic public services. More attention to regional inequalities. Remote or rural areas often suffer from worse conditions, less access and less infrastructure. And as I said to you, like I saw women crying trying to turn on the tap and there was no water. And I've seen protests a few months ago, maybe 2 months ago, and they were walking, like, I'm saying these things because you may actually be able to fill me in and the people in. Please do comment below. but they were protesting and they were walking and they were saying, we just don't even have electricity or water. So, government's response: the government has acknowledged some of the demands, defended its spending, but also empathized, the need for law and order, and has responded with security force deployment in several locations. Arrests have been widespread, hundreds by some counts. Authorities claim many protesters acted violently, used Molotov cocktails, attempted to storm security buildings. Protesters and observers counter that many arrests are arbitrary, and the force has been excessive in places. Key tensions: why it's escalating. A major underlying issue is youth unemployment and a sense of frustration that the government is not addressing their needs. Many of the protest leaders gathering are young people who feel their future is being neglected. The contrast between large public spectacle, major events versus basic public service failures is feeding resentment. For many protesters, it's not just specific failures, but the sense the country is going in the wrong direction in terms of priorities. Yeah. So I just, like I said to you, I'm just wanting to draw awareness. I'm wanting to say that, I love you, Morocco. I really hope that this is something that is resolved. And I really do hope that things improve in the way of healthcare, education, and support from your government. I know I can really empathize and understand how frustrated you'd feel when you see everything that's being put into this upcoming football and the stadium and everything else, when you may not have your basic needs. And a lot of people just don't have basic needs, or is struggling financially, or just living a difficult life. um so yeah, I'm very saddened by what I've seen, especially the injuries. I think a lot of excessive unnecessary force has been used, and I've seen it from the peaceful aspect. Now, I can only understand why this is continuing and why people are feeling the way that they are emotionally charged. And like I said, the video is just to shed a light and to send my love, and and just hoping that and pray that things improve for the better. And I'm just praying for everyone's safety out there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do comment below. Let me know if you want to mention what's happening in Morocco. Do comment below. If there's anything that I've made a mistake on, do let me know. Let's talk about it in the comments. But as I say, I've just tried to touch upon what's going on, and just I can only take from the resources that I've read via social media. I've gone off and I've checked the news reports. I do follow a lot of Moroccan news pages, and this is the important thing for me to leave the video, is that obviously a lot of it is in Moroccan Darija, so not everyone can fully understand. So I just want to get that message out there that Morocco is going through stuff, and they need our love and support, and they need us to share and to speak up for them. Thank you so much. Okay, stay blessed and fabulous.
Trying to live my life, we're all out here trying to survive.